Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lefty from 643 Productions coming at you here with a Black Ops Search and Destroy sniping gameplay commentary. This is on Silo, one of the new maps from the Annihilation DLC, the map pack that dropped for the Xbox 360 sometime early Monday morning, very, very early Monday morning, or very, very late Sunday night, I guess you could say. But anyway, I know some of you are thinking, what are you doing? Lefty, you did a commentary not even a few weeks ago where you talked about how you didn't know, you were unsure as to whether the Annihilation DLC would be worth it, given their expense and the time that players would conceivably have with the maps until they either get bored with Black Ops in preparation or do anything in preparation for the next Call of Duty title due out in November. And I have to be honest, I prepared myself. I actually did. I prepared myself to lone wolf it and bring you guys regular, or quote, regular map content without the Annihilation moniker, because I didn't, again, I thought about it and I said, you know what? No, you're not getting my money, Treyarch. You're not going to get it, or Activision or whatever. You're not going to get it. I'm not going to expend the time to secure the money to get it, even though it's only $15, whatever. But I'm not going to do it, and it's just going to be a wasted expense. But I came into some extra money, and this became kind of a luxury that I could just indulge in harmlessly or without worry. So I did, and downloaded the Annihilation DLC. I went to Jewel, got myself a 1,600 Microsoft point gift card and put that sucker in, and then here we go. 20 minutes later, I've got the Annihilation DLC. Now, for those of you that follow me on Twitter, you got to see yesterday my initial reactions to the map packs, and to be honest, it wasn't very good. I started out playing Drive-In on Domination, and I do have a Drive-In gameplay, and I do have a few other gameplays from some of the DLC maps that I want to get to, because I want to talk about some of the things specifically, but I wasn't impressed. I really wasn't impressed, and I'll get to that later. But Silo is, I think, epitomizes what I am not happy about, or at least what I wasn't happy about with the DLC pack when I was talking about it on Twitter. Here we see Silo. It's a very non-linear map, very reminiscent of Quarry from Modern Warfare 2, or even, I'm trying to think of another analogous version from the Black Ops map packs. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe one will come to my head. But it is a very non-linear yet kind of linear map. There are spots of it that do play in a linear style. However, there are other portions of it. For instance, by the A-bomb and right here by the B-bomb, where I just killed, or where I kill a guy under that little silo, or in the entrance to that silo, some of them don't play linearly. They are very decidedly not linear, with the twists and the turns and the corners and all these things and places to hide. And to me, that tells me that Silo doesn't know what it's trying to do. When whoever was designing Silo didn't know what they wanted the map to be. And that definitely shows when you look at the spawn. Silo, it takes place on a valley slope, or at least part of the map does. And if you look at it, I spawned for the first 3 rounds here on the high side of that valley slope. Now, I don't know how, or I don't know why, the advantageous positions that are granted to me by just merely spawning on that side, by having the high ground in viewing the enemy spawn and where they're running from and coming towards me, I don't know why those advantageous positions aren't balanced out on the other side of the map, because they aren't. So a team that spawns where I was spawning for the first 3 rounds has a clear advantage, at least in my mind, over the team that's spawning at the bottom of the hill. Now, of course, in Search and Destroy, that's not really that big of a deal because you switch sides anyway. However, but even then, if a team capitalizes on the first 3 rounds on their spawning, but either way, regardless, on any game type, anybody that's spawning in a kill objective game, or where kills are kind of counted as they are in Search and Destroy, if the team that is spawning on the upside of that valley slope has a decided advantage. And I thought that just showed, to me at least, when I was initially playing, that, you know, this is there wasn't much thought put into this. Yes, there was. I mean, yes, it is a large map, one of the biggest in Black Ops, I would say, without having anything concrete to go off of. While it is that, it is still, I think, very evident that Annihilation was a rush job by Treyarch. And it shows, because this map shows little planning at all. A team, one side spawn is heavily advantaged over the other, and the map is linear at times and non-linear at others, and it makes no sense as to when the linearity stops and the non-linear stuff begins, and it just makes no sense. And on top of that, look at the color palette. I'm probably going to mess with it in Vegas, Sony Vegas a little bit, but the palette is, again, bland. It's just gray, and there's brown, and it's bad. And I'm not happy with it. Silo is a step back from everything Treyarch had done with their map packs up until this point. Berlin Wall, again, was another one that was bland and dreary and bleh. But Silo is another one where it's a step back, on the whole, in general, from where they were going with their DLC, in terms of color, in terms of making the maps aesthetically pleasing. And I think it's a definite step back. So now a lot of you are asking, I'm wondering, I said, so, well, then what's your conclusion on the map packs? I said, well, I want to say this. I did a commentary again a while back about, are the DLC packs going to be worth it? Or is Annihilation going to be worth it? And I have to say, I'm going to answer that now. If you have the extra cash, if buying the map packs isn't that big of a deal to you, no. Because there is a lot of good things. There are a few good things that I want to get to later. I have a few other gameplays on different maps that I want to get to. Because I am still having fun, despite my feelings about Silo and about, in general, about some of the things about Annihilation. I'm still having fun. So if you have the extra cash to blow, it's going to be fine. But if you're going to have to scrounge and scrape for every penny, you're not going to enjoy it. You're going to be wholly underwhelmed. That's what Annihilation pretty much is. But anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. Be sure to follow me on Twitter. Just go to twitter.com/lefty643. Once again, that's twitter.com/lefty643. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. I am out.